leaping sort of, that's where the name duiker comes from. The word duiker is Afrikaans, but it literally means leaper or jumper. That's jumper as in leap, not jumper as in when you're cold. I'm not having an extra jumper idea. It's quite cold this evening. I think Haley's probably chuckling. I'm saying I should take 2 jackets. A few lonely buffalo bulls. Just try and have a look at them. They're a bit far in there. So it's getting very dark. Quite difficult to see much of them. It's too dark to see them here. It's just a couple of dugger boys or old bulls. Of them, thick bush around them as well. We're going to drive just a little bit on and then we'll have to get ready for the night drive. It's getting dark out here now. I'll show you what we're going to do for the night drive. We're just going to drive a bit more. Basically, this is what we're using, just so you get an idea of what it looks like in color. Our night drive part we do on infrared lights, so it looks black and white. We're using a conventional spotlight like this just to look around and find animals, and then once we do find them, we go to infrared lights. Got a very good ability to work in low light conditions, but we will be using infrared lights as well as normal spotlights, and we're just going to go look around for whatever might be walking around on what's quite a cold night. It's sort of that moist cold, still lots of cloud overhead, and it should be an interesting evening. I'm sure lots of things will be moving around tonight. Hopefully we will be able to find some of them. So join us on the drive, myself, Peter, Rob on the vehicle on the camera here, and Haley back at the live control center. We're going to spend the next bit of time with you and see what we can find. Let's go that way. Red light set up as well. Previous times watched Impala at night, it's quite enjoyable because you got to get to see again some of the behavior that you won't typically see in daytime. Just because these Impalas not going to go much anyway for the next 8 to 10 hours. They're not really going to move from this area until sunrise again. So it's very sort of relaxed movements, a bit of grooming or allo grooming what's going on here. You see the one grooming the other one, and then the favor will be returned, and ruminating and lying around and just sort of generally taking it easy. In a fairly open area here, so it's a good space to be in. Not likely to be surprised by predators tonight. There's one lying down in the background ruminating, chewing away at its cud, same as that Nyala was doing in the beginning of the drive. seems so far we've caught mainly the tail end of this herd. Most of them are still heading up a little bit closer to this larger part of the herd that's about 50 or so yards in the way they're facing at the moment. I wonder what that was. Probably a insect of some sort that suddenly just bit a bit deeper. That one grooming itself there, the one just turning its neck and sort of literally, you can almost say, combing its own shoulder. Impalas have got the front teeth, the front of the jaw, slightly loose, and that enables the teeth to be at a specific angle as they're combing through the hair, like I was doing just now, so they can really clean the fur or clean the coat out quite well. There's some interesting things of how they've evolved. It seems all the impalas are slowly walking away from us. Let's get a bit closer to them, and I'm going to try and cover just a little bit more ground. See if I can maybe find something else.